Good day, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Mr. Justin H. Tucker, and today we're going to tackle a universal challenge, feeling like you have too much to do and not enough time to do it. In this brief workshop, from overwhelm to organize, we'll learn a simple but powerful method for mastering your schedule in just 10 minutes. Are you ready? Come with me. So let's start with a quick show of hands. Have you ever felt this way? Let's take a look at this mountain over to my left. You're staring at a mountain of tasks, pile of assignments, and you feel completely stuck, just like exasperated with almost like you're drenched in water. You don't know where to even begin. I know I felt this way before. And that feeling is exactly what we're going to solve today. Our goal is simple. By the end of this session, you'll be able to use a 3-step method to brain dump, prioritize, and time block, to create a basic, effective study schedule that cuts down on stress and boosts your productivity. You ready? Let's jump into this. So first, we need to clear the mental clutter. When our to-do list is swirling around in our heads, it's impossible to focus. So we're going to do what's called a brain dump. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab a sheet of paper and a pen. And for the next 60 seconds, I want you to just write down everything that you need to get done. Big or small, just whatever comes to your mind, put it down on the paper. Let's go. Just write it down. You gotta walk the dog. You gotta take the garbage out. You gotta register for class. You gotta complete another application. You gotta submit something by a certain deadline. Put it all down. It doesn't matter. You gotta get your oil changed. You gotta get some new tires. Put it all down. You gotta do your taxes. You gotta amend your taxes. Put it all down. Put it all down. You have to pay a bill. Put it down. You gotta call somebody. Gotta plan a trip. Write it down. Keep writing it down. Gotta brush your teeth in the morning. Nothing too small. Put it all down. It all matters. Alright? Okay. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Keep dumping that brain. All right. Time's up. How does it feel to have all that out of your head and in front of you? This is the first crucial step. It frees up your mind to focus on what comes next, which is prioritization. So, now that we see everything, we need to figure out what to do first. I want to introduce you to a simple tool called the Eisenhower Matrix, named after one of our past presidents, Dwight Eisenhower. All right. What I love about this matrix is it focuses on what truly matters. It's broken into 4 boxes. The very top left, we have our urgent, important tasks. These are your do first items. Like if you got a paper due tomorrow, a bill due, it's urgent and must go there. In the top right, we have important but not urgent tasks, right? Like maybe preparing for a class, scheduling something. All right, this is your scheduled time for long-term studying, planning, working on a goal. These would go in important but not urgent. Okay? That's where the real progress happens, by the way. Over time, the stuff that you can scale. All right? Then we have the bottom left. This is urgent but not important. This is stuff that you can possibly delegate or you want to minimize. All right, because honestly, this stuff can be an interruption or disruption. And then finally, you have the not urgent, not important. These are time wasters, things that you can eliminate. All right, now look at that sticky note. I want you to think for a moment and take these different items and place them where you believe they truly belong. What are priorities? Right? I have an assignment that I have to get somewhere by tomorrow 9 a.m. That should be urgent. We need to get to that first. Okay? I have a project, it's due in 2 weeks. Maybe we should schedule time that we can set aside to work on that project. It doesn't need to be done urgently. I like to go to this website and just read these articles. That's not important, so we can eliminate that. All right. And to be honest, this is something that you really have to think and value for yourself. You got to ask yourself, what's important? One of the things I like to think about, if it doesn't happen, is there a critical reward or punishment, right? If you don't pay your bills, you can lose things. If you don't do your work, you can fail classes. Therefore, this stuff's important. If you don't go on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, you're just going to have FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. But the reality is there's no punishment for missing that. So you can eliminate that for right now. All right. Now, once you know your priorities, the final step is to move from a simple to-do list to what I call a concrete to-do plan. This is called time blocking, and you all are very familiar with it. You've experienced it already. If you've gone to school, you have classes and periods. That's because we block off time throughout the day for you to learn certain subjects. Okay? If you have a job, sometimes your jobs are done by tasks that may be assigned throughout your shift, and it's done in time blocks. It's the same thing. We block off time so that we can work on projects over time. Okay? So it means it gives you, and honestly, when you do this, it gives you every single task a specific home in your calendar. And what that does is you're really starting to own your day. You see, if you just say you need to study for that project like we talked about before, that can mean anything. But if you know that you have a block of time every Tuesday from 6 to 7, now you have an hour that you're looking at. And the good thing about blocking off time is you can reinvent this over time, right? Because what you want to do is start looking at how are you progressing. Am I doing well? Maybe I need to have Tuesday, Wednesday to be studying. Maybe I need to be doing this all week from 6 to 7 because I need more time. Maybe I don't need that much time. All right. And here's the most important part. You got to also schedule your breaks. This isn't just all about making you busy and functional to do work. You need to be able to schedule time for yourself to do breaks too. And I'm going to tell you something. When you schedule that time, you appreciate it more. You look forward to it. And it's more meaningful versus if it's just leisure. Leisure time can make you lazy sometimes. It can also be disruptive to your productivity. And honestly, and the same thing can be said about being overly productive and not giving yourself enough time to give yourself breaks. Sometimes you may not even be giving your best efforts because you're just working yourself to a pulp. Versus if you take time to break, refresh, and return, sometimes coming back to something, you even come with a better approach and better ideas. So, today you learned the powerful 3-step process for success. First, you got to brain dump. Clear your mind, then your acts will follow. That's right. Second, you prioritize to know what's important. And third, you time block to create your action plan. Like I said, clear your mind, then what? Your actions will follow. All right? So, my challenge today is for you simple. I want you to take 15 minutes tonight to try this out just for one day. Think about what you have to do tomorrow, the next week, and just use that Eisenhower Matrix to set all those tasks up. What needs to get done for tomorrow, things that got to be done next week, maybe put those in as important, but not urgent. Understand? And also think about the stuff that you're doing that's just really a time waster. Okay? And I promise, with time, when you start implementing this in a real plan, you're going to see yourself feeling more in control and less overwhelmed. By mastering this process, we can empower students to take control of their learning, build habits that will serve them long after they leave the classroom. Thank you. What questions do you have for me?